All right, we all know software prices are getting out of control. So, this is actually the third time this year already I've looked at a list of where I'm spending my money, the products I'm spending it on, and seeing where I can make cuts and seeing what companies I actually want to support. So, in this video, I'm going to walk you through some of the changes that I'm making in terms of video editing and sharing. So, before today, I have been using Descript, which I loved for editing my YouTube videos, but it's getting expensive and I think it's just going to keep getting more expensive. So I'm paying $24 a month on an annual plan for the creator plan. And honestly, I might actually at some point need the business plan because of the media hours per month. Because I'm doing a lot of YouTube videos and also planning on recording some course videos, and it's a lot, right? So this is expensive. And in addition to Descript, I've been using Loom for quick videos, client videos, help videos, anytime I need to send a video to support because it's easy to create and send and edit. And right now I'm on the business plan, which is $18 per month or annually with just one of me, $180 a year. So between Descript and Loom, even if I'm on this lower tier of Descript, we're looking at $468 a year I'm spending on these platforms. And honestly, I don't love either one. Loom was great, then they got bought. Do not love that it's owned by this giant corporation now. Descript, the support has been really lacking or lagging, I should say. I eventually get an answer, but it takes forever. And if I'm in the middle of recording something, it's really hard to wait for that. But I'm now moving to Tella, and I'll share why. So the pricing for Tella, I'm actually doing the Pro plan right now, which is $13 per month for me annually. So instead of $468, I'm spending $156 total. That's incredible. And if I want to be able to export at a higher frame rate or add a custom domain, it's going to be $72 more for the year. So still well under what I'm spending on Loom and Descript. So why am I moving to Tella? Well, I actually had a call with Tella's founder, Grant Shattuck, and he is still involved in the day-to-day of the company. It's a bootstrapped company. He listened to what I was looking for. I was telling him, yeah, this is why I use Descript. This is why I use Loom. Turns out everything that I'm doing in Descript and Loom, I can do in Tella. So I'm going to walk you through some of the features that I was looking for that I thought I could not do in Tella. First of all, yeah, I've got a ton of videos on Loom. But Tella has a migration. So I can actually migrate videos from Loom to Tella link by link, which, takes some time. But if there are videos I want to keep on Loom, I can move them to Tella. So easy. Or I can upload videos from my computer. So the ones that I want to keep from Loom, I can move over easily. Descript, this is another thing I can download here and upload into Tella, no problem if there are things that I want to keep. But outside of that, what are the things that I was looking for moving forward? So you can see I've been playing around with Tella. I had a video on here about 3 months ago, then about 6 days ago, I'm like, I think I do want to move. Today, I recorded and edited this YouTube video, and it was pretty seamless. So let me show you the things that I used that I thought I could only do in Descript. So if you are getting ready to record videos for YouTube and you're like, Descript is expensive, I don't know about the company, consider Tella. So Tella automatically created a title and a description for me. And the thing that I thought I couldn't do is right here. Chapters. It automatically creates these chapters for YouTube, and then you just go here, copy for YouTube. That's all you have to do. And I will show you, I pasted it right into my YouTube, and here you go. It's all done for you. So simple. The other thing that we can do is we can look at these really quick action items over here. So there's cut. So you can find mistakes automatically. It uses AI to help do this. You can remove buffers, remove silences. I already did that for this video. It found a ton where I was just pausing, collecting my thoughts, removed those automatically for me. And then if it cuts off a word, which it did in one of the places, you can come back in and just drag it a little longer here in the timeline. And if there are things that you want to cut out, maybe you made a mistake that it didn't find, you can split, and then just hit delete on your keyboard and that part is gone. So really, really simple, beautiful ways to edit. I love layout. This is so amazing. I was originally recording like this, so let me find a place where you can see this. I was overlaying on the screen, and it turns out my video here was obscuring some things, so it was very simple to come back in and change that up to a camera bubble, which offset it enough that I can make adjustments. You can also change the position of this bubble really easily if you want. So that's something you could do in Descript. You can do it here, and it's, dare I say, even easier here. Next up, there are effects. So in one area, I had to add a blur here. Actually, in two, I forgot about this, but it popped up with a whole bunch of sites that I'd visited, and I didn't want that showing. So you can add a blur, adjust where it starts and ends for anything sensitive. Super easy. You can also add highlights. I didn't do that in this video, but it's really easy to do. That's under effect. You can zoom. So you can auto zoom in if there are things that you're clicking on and you want to draw attention to it. You can generate zooms automatically. That's not something I played around with here, but something that I want to look into in the future. There is style. So I set a color that I like that works with my brand. You can choose your shape. You can also overlay your logo on the video if you want. Subtitles, you can change the style of these. You can say, I just went with the default. And then over here, you can go into settings and turn off show subtitles to viewers by default. So if somebody comes to this link and you don't want those showing by default, you can turn those off. Comments, reactions, you can toggle all these off and on for the viewer if you're sharing the link with them. Audio. This is pretty spectacular because on an earlier video that I was playing with, I didn't actually select the correct mic and it was terrible. And I toggled on Studio Voice and it completely fixed it. It sounded amazing. You can make adjustments to the volume, and then there's some advanced settings too. And you can also choose background music to play throughout your video, which I think is really nice. Haven't done that myself yet for this video, but something that I'm going to play with. You can make adjustments. So crop your screen, change the frame of your camera, apply it to all clips. You can mirror your camera if you wanted to flip it around. So all that you can do. And then you can re-record if you've made a mistake. Now, the only thing that I have used in Descript that you can't do in Tella is sometimes when I'm recording, I will say the wrong word. So for example, I was recording a sponsored video and I said the name of a different company. Oof. And I didn't want to go back and re-record. So Descript has an AI tool that lets you fix audio, and it dubbed it in perfectly and made it look and sound like I was saying the correct word. Now, I would say it gets it right about 70 or 80% of the time. 20 to 30% of the time, it's kind of messy and you can tell it was a dub. But here in Tella, you could just choose to redo some of your clip. The other thing that you can do that I do in Descript pretty easily is I can add a clip here. You can move it around. So I have a YouTube outro that I play, pop it in here, and when I download this, it appends it to the end. So that's really nice. So those are all the reasons that I am moving to Tella from Loom and Descript. I haven't really talked a lot about moving from Loom. I think we all know, like, we don't want to give our money to Atlassian. And this does all the things Loom does really well. You can share a link for your client. And then if we go back here, we can look at the videos in the workspace. We can create playlists, basically all the things that you were doing in Loom. So let me know, are you considering making some changes to your tech stack this year based on how expensive everything is getting? What are you thinking? And are you going to check out Tella? If you do, I'll drop a link below. I'd love it if you could use my affiliate link, but let me know how it goes. Thanks for watching, and I wish you all the best with your videos.
Golden boy.